Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Kyuuyaku Megami Tensei 2. Last time we explored the underground section of Ginza. We killed a basilisk that was taking up residence there. We met up with Frozen Popsicle Lucifer, which may possibly be the most tasty iteration of the devil to ever appear in the Megami Tensei franchise. I don't know. Lucifer Frost could possibly be very tasty as well. I don't know how Jack Frost's taste. Not sure if that's ever elaborated on, but I can't start talking about this. We haven't reached the Vor episode of this Let's Play yet, and just you fucking wait and see. There's gonna be a Vor episode to this Let's Play, I promise you. And also, we visited an office building for some reason. The last episode was weird. Anyways, this one's gonna keep being a little quirky. This game's quirky in general, so you know, it's part of the fun and charm of it, though. So this fedora-wearing man is going to give us a little bit of a warning. We can actually stumble onto a mid-game boss fight here in this branch of the tunnel system. So when you go up these specific stairs, do not go any further than where I'm going. You can go into the side room, though, to get a hint about a warp in Shibuya from this undead man, though, so that's much appreciated. But yeah, if we go any further down this branch of the tunnel, we are going to get our ass kicked, so let's go back down those stairs and continue going down the rest of this way. So, like I said, the underground complex kind of has a fork in the road, but beyond that, then it's not too complex either direction. It's mostly a series of corridors with some offshoots that lead to side things. So, not that hard to keep directional awareness and avoid getting lost. I like how the devil worshippers also have a inverted cross symbol that they use to show each other that they're members of the same cult. I think that's very goofy. What's stopping anyone from buying just a regular cross and turning it upside down and being like, hey, I love the devil too, but whatever. It must be like a specialized emblem or something. But we found the petrified Atlas stuck just in the middle of a random sewer hallway. Oh, it's not a sewer, it's a subway, but, you know. Sorry, I just see this tile set and I immediately think sewer, but that's just because I have video game brain rot, I think. But what is kind of odd is that there's this weird offshoot of the subway that is kind of a weird underground, like, machine-infested, almost like a lab or something, it looks like. So we're gonna want to go down this part, and there's a bunch of mutants. This is very Dark Tower-esque for those of you who are also fans of Stephen King. Mutants, machinery, just everything that is bad and starts with an M is gonna be attacking us down here. I probably should have summoned a full party to go through this. I got a little cocky, I'm not gonna lie, and I started to pay for it, and I couldn't escape. There's a lot of mutants here, taking a lot of damage. Not having the greatest time, as you can see. Those Zanma-owned spells do a good job at whittling away your HP. Yeah, things are looking a little dicey here. Not having the greatest of times. The next, like, couple minutes of this Let's Play are just gonna be me going full clown shoes. As you can see, Naga collapsed, meaning only Takuma and Asuka are left. Thankfully, we managed to escape. But yeah, that was just not a good time. Thank God we had some jewels on hand, though. Am I gonna use this Sacred Bell to revive a demon here? It's been so long since I recorded this, I don't know anymore. No, I'm just gonna summon some slimes, and they're not gonna last long down here. I don't know. You know, every little bit helps, but really should have maybe saved this area for later. But I was stubborn, goddammit, and I was like, I can do it now. This is completely optional, by the way. You don't need to do this, but it will relate to the Atlas that was frozen out there. So. There we go. Have fun with that, buddy. Not much of a world left to conquer. He lost his passion pretty quick. There we go. So now that we have that, we can go ahead and free that Atlas. I believe you need to have the item Paralanon in your inventory before you can do the Petronon thing. Or something to that effect. I believe it was whatever... I told you when we were all the way back in the town where we fought Balam. When you go to the second story of that dungeon, there was an ingredient that you would need for this part of this side quest that I told you to pick up. I think you can get that in a few other places in the game. I think maybe from Raig's shop, possibly. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that guy needs an ingredient before he can make that Petronon for you. So, if you got to this part and slogged your way through all of these mutants and turrets and whatnot, and were wondering why that guy maybe wasn't giving you the same dialogue I was, I think that's probably why. I could be misremembering, though. Honestly, that part of the side quest is kind of shaky for me, but that sounds right in my head, so... Decided to just go full magic usage right now. See if I can actually survive this. Getting real close to not making it, though. Yeah, I just decided to say fuck it and use these jewels. Smoke them if you got them. Yeah, this area is much tougher than any other part of the tunnel, minus the fact that there's that one boss that, like I said, will just demolish you at this point in the game, but still. Decided to auto the last one out here. There we go. Don't even really give you that much experience points or money. And I was like, nah, I'm not dealing with clay golems too. I'm done. We're out of here. Just gonna make a break for it. Keep bothering me. Not gonna stand for it. If I really wanted to, I could use an emergency exit, but to be honest, I wanted to save that for later, so. I couldn't remember which way I was supposed to go. So, thankfully, because we got the Petronon, we can free Atlas. This is kind of weird because the developers of the game are named Atlas with a U. It's just a little... I don't know, it's like... Is this symbolic of something greater? Not really. So yeah, we have another demon, though, that has pretty solid stats for this point in the game, and is going to be a helpful ally for the battles to come. So, of our party of 6 possible, there's 6 possible spots in the party. 2 of them are going to be, obviously, our human party members, and then we have room for 2 demons of, whatever we want them to be. And then we also have Naga and Atlas, who are just really overpowered for this point in the game, which is pretty silly that we got 2 in such close proximity, though, granted it's pretty easy to forget or not go back or whatever and miss out on Naga. But Atlas is a little more in your face, but you do still, again, need to kind of go out of your way to complete that side quest too, so... Yeah, if you really take advantage of all of the freebies and all the secrets this game has to offer, you're not going to have that hard of a time, honestly. Even if you only manage to get a couple on your initial playthrough and you're not really using a guide or anything, because chances are you'll still be able to complete a few side quests on your own, and, you know, they're not that tricky to figure out, really. You'll have a lot more firepower to take advantage of than if you were to play through without them. It's a good old pal Fornius. Thankfully we already have Fornius, so he just wished us farewell, and we continue going on our merry little way. Recording this episode a little differently than my normal ones. Usually I'm just doing everything off my laptop screen, maybe a second monitor sometimes, but I actually have my laptop attached to my television, so I'm looking this at a big, beautiful, I think my TV is 48 inches, I don't remember how big my TV is. It's fairly large for what it is, though. Another Jabberwock, and yeah, as you saw a little bit earlier in the footage, I could not pass that barrier that was causing some complications, so we'll just need to mark that down in our mental journal of places we need to probably revisit. Let's just go up here. There we go. We're at Kyuuyaku. There's a few different buildings for us to poke our noses into. But first, gonna heal up a bit. Good idea. Oh, I hate when that happens. So that's what that's for, okay. Sometimes you just gotta go down to the Cyber Labs and get yourself a new arm. Oh, damn. Someone's compensating for something, Christ. So yeah, this guy is going to summon his demon on ya. Not too bad of a fight. Especially if you got the Serpent Blade. Mahanman helps too. Yeah, if you got a light elemental attack on ya somewhere in the party, not gonna have that bad of a time. Yeah, Vitality is a good choice. Asuka is kinda not where I want her to be this far in the playthrough in terms of being able to take hits, so I think I focused on Vitality a little bit more around this point. And we got another seal, which is very nice. Means we can explore more of the map. So you may have noticed that in Kyuuyaku, once again, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Please leave a comment and feel free to correct me if I am not. I actually looked up because I just wasn't familiar with that that part of Japan. So I looked up some vlogs and stuff, and also just, like, you know, basic stuff to kind of familiarize myself with it. It looks like a pretty cool spot. That's one thing I really enjoy about oh, and here's this note from Lord Asmodai, little ransom note that's just ominously graffitied on the wall here in Ikebukuro. But as I was saying, no, one thing I appreciate about Atlus games, or I guess just, you know, this is true of art made by creators all around the world, is just being able to gain a little bit of insight or learn a little bit more about the world and other people and their culture and the places they live, just by exposing yourself to it through different types of stories and media and stuff like that. And, you know, chances are if you're watching this playthrough, you're already a fan of Japanese media in general, but I encourage everyone to have a healthy, diverse palette of media consumption from all sorts of cultures and stuff. You know, it's pretty nice to just, you know, appreciate the variety of different culture out there and how different people choose to tell stories or portray the places that they live, especially, you know, as it changes throughout the decades and stuff like that too. Obviously, it's no replacement for, you know, meeting other type of people, or traveling, or, you know, going out and doing that work yourself. But, you know, it can be a fun way to just learn a little bit more than what you knew before. And I think it's just a fun thing that everyone can take advantage of. Just don't be the type of person that thinks you know everything about Japan because you watch a lot of anime. Ooh, don't like those people. Yeah, we got a lot of healing to do. Oh, ooh, look at our funds go down. Oof, oof, oof. Not a fan of that. Hitting a little too close to home, video game. And unfortunately, because we spent all that time watching our party members die, yeah, we're not going to have enough Maka to summon the heavy hitters. So that is the one downside of those free demons, is they're not, you know, the fees of maintenance and upkeep and being able to summon them. That's where it gets you. No such thing as free in anything, including Megami Tensei. We can't afford to pay our demon friends for help, so they're just not gonna help us. They're not gonna come out of their little comp Pokeball. We are once again back down to triple-digit Maka, which is just not a good thing to hear. So yeah, as you probably saw earlier, all of the buildings in Shinjuku seem to have that same red barrier pattern that's keeping us out, as we found from the tunnel heading into Kyuuyaku. And also what I believe I was saying too earlier is Kyuuyaku has an arena. Oh, and hey, look at that, we're back in the demon world. But Kyuuyaku has a demon arena that you're going to want to... It's a special one that you're going to want to hold off on for a while. You can use it for grinding Maka and stuff for a bit, but just note that the 5th competitor in the Kyuuyaku arena is going to be a lot trickier than it would be otherwise, and it's because it's kind of tied to a key item that we need to get later. So just hold off on that for now. I'll tell you when to get to it. There's a pretty opportune time for you to tackle that arena and get that item. So yeah, it appears that we have fallen for Lord Asmodai's trap, though. He gave us a little ransom letter telling us about Izanami and Izanagi, and we fell for it, and now we're in the demon world. So we're gonna have to fight our way out here. This is a silly little optional thing that you can do. You don't have to do this, but I recommend you do, because it's going to give us a little tease of an arena, or not arena, but area to come later on in the game. And the enemies here are pretty... They're a bit more challenging, but nothing too bad. You can still manage just fine. Probably not a great time if you just randomly waltz in here with a weakened party. You know, I obviously knew this was coming up, so I healed up and prepared best I could beforehand, but yeah, it's just a good idea to go through this, I think, for the additional experience points and just to get a taste for what's to come later on in the game, too. These weird zigzag hallways that sometimes these dungeons have, just they always feel so awkward when you're doing these tile-based first-person dungeon crawls. Take out this cockatrice. Yeah, and there's some incenses here too, which is always nice to have a few more of those on hand. Beefing up Takuma a bit. Another cockatrice. But yeah, you can see, we are gaining a lot of experience points here. God, that Lich sprite. I know that Liches have, like, a rich history from all sorts of media, but I still associate them with World of Warcraft, which is a property I'm really not even that familiar with, because is that one expansion called Wrath of the Lich King or something like that? Just whenever I hear the word Lich, I immediately think of, like, World of Warcraft art for, I believe that, explicitly only that reason. And then runner-up to that would be the Lich from Final Fantasy 1. Which I'm kind of surprised that's not the one that comes to mind first, because I've played Final Fantasy 1 quite a bit in my life. I really love that game. It's a fun time. just went down a few hallways. It wasn't that. There's a couple cockatrices. It wasn't that hard. Oh, but I wanna. Oh, okay. Well, that was fun, but solved nothing. So now that we have a little taste of foreshadowing, let's go check out what's in here. Oh, well, it is your gate, so no wonder you're here. Eh. Sounds like a deal. So, did Bale, like, cut off one of his arms just to give us that? Because that's pretty metal. But also, why doesn't he just break down the barricade himself? Oh, geez, that's, yeah, I just don't feel like dealing with that. Uh-oh, but we can't escape. Ooh. Whew. This is quite a bit to take in for a random encounter. Not sure how I feel about this one. Let's make like hockey sticks and get the puck out of here, though. So yeah, we can now break down the one of the Shinjuku barriers. I believe you can only, despite all those barriers looking the same, I believe you can only break the one that's in the underground. So we will do that in the next episode. But for now, we're gonna warp back and heal and save up and stuff. But I'll see you next time. Hope you have a good night, and I'll see you later.